Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Esteemed Gentlemen podcast for Monday, April 12th. I am your host, Scott Labrie. Joined alongside me, as always, we have Uncle T-Bag himself, Tyler Sunt.
Hello.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing pretty good, and you?
Pretty fantastic. And we also have all day Eric Deshane here as well.
Hello, hello.
How are you this fine Monday?
Fantastic.
Great. You love work. You happy to be back at it?
Shut up.
Yeah, not.
It is Monday, which, depressing to be at work, but that's why we do this fun little episode we call Ask Us Anything on Monday, where you submit your questions and we answer them. And a little bit of a light episode on the listener question. So if you enjoy listening to this episode, I know this is like one of our most popular episodes every week, submit your questions. It takes you like 2 seconds. Go to our Facebook page, just type one in there. It could be anything. Could be like, what's your favorite color? Don't ask that question because that's a bad one. But favorite kind of soup? Sure, I think I already asked that question like a long time ago.
Yes, we did it one
I think so, yeah.
Don't ask that question either. But I ask a different question.
The podcast is falling apart. Ask us more questions.
Well, ask a question like Cameron did, and he says, what are your Mount Rushmore comedy movies? There are 4 people on Mount Rushmore.
I was just about to ask you how many faces are on Mount Rushmore. Because I know there's an episode on Invincible where they fight there against the seismic guy, and I couldn't remember how many there were.
There's 4 of them, yes.
But yeah, I'll go last because I don't know about comedies.
Comedy movies, yeah, same.
God.
I really like... go ahead.
I was like, what do you mean by Mount Rushmore like movies? Are 4
top
movies?
4.
Okay,
4 comedy movies.
Okay.
In your mind. Excuse me.
Yeah, I have to think about that one for a quick second because
I really like The Other Guys. Maybe if we just come up with 4 altogether, huh?
Yeah,
sure.
That. Yeah.
I'm gonna put up there The Other Guys. I really like that comedy movie. It's very funny to me.
That's a good one. Yep. What about Dodgeball?
Oh yeah.
Sure. Yeah, that's a pretty fun one.
I picked
That's one I found I went back to probably the most. No, next to Anger Management, but I don't know if you guys would agree with me on that one. I really like
that one.
I haven't seen that since like it first came out on VHS and DVD.
Yeah.
And it's not because of Adam Sandler or anybody else. It's all Jack Nicholson. He was so funny. He plays a good lunatic, and I pissed my pants laughing when they're sitting on the bridge and Adam Sandler's having like a meltdown and they're singing that song, I Feel Pretty. Oh my God. I laughed so hard, man. Yeah. So yeah.
I'd go with Deadpool. To me, that's still my go-to comedy movies because
good, like,
it is
action comedy,
and just like the Ryan Reynolds just adds such a life to that character, and it was a movie I was looking forward to a lot, and just when it finally came out, just how funny and just how good it was. Yeah, it's up there for me for sure.
It's true because there wasn't really any good. What are those movies called? Like those scary movies and. Where they make fun of themselves, they make fun of other movies, kind of like, and it's self-aware. They break the fourth wall like that. It was really refreshing to see a movie like that.
Absolutely, yeah. And now everything's trying to emulate that like crazy because it just hit that nail on the head so well that you have like Birds of Prey and other movies that aren't so good, but they're trying to be like Deadpool. But yeah, whatever.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And what's the last one?
I need 2 more.
Tommy Boy. I gotta go Chris Farley. I gotta go Chris Farley.
Yeah, I mean, Tommy Boy's good. I do prefer. Oh no, it's Tommy Boy. I was thinking of Black Sheep, but no, Tommy Boy's the main one. Yeah,
Tommy Boy's the big one for sure.
Yeah. Well, if we're doing that too, then Happy Gilmore as well.
See, I'm not an Adam Sandler fan. Like even his old ones. Like I mean, Happy Gilmore's okay. Billy Madison was. I laughed more on that one, but
that's the one I was thinking of. Sorry, yes, Billy Madison, the one where he goes to school. Yes, sorry, Happy Gilmore was my initial thought. Billy Madison, yes, yeah,
only because Chris Farley's in it.
Yes. Swear to God, I'll turn this fucking bus around. He's having that meltdown, driving the bus.
Such an idiot. Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
So we got 4 there.
Yeah.
Plenty.
I think so. The other guys, Dodgeball, Deadpool, and Billy Madison.
There you go.
There we go. There's the Mount Rushmore.
Terrible 4 picks.
Yeah, they're really bad. Really
But
bad.
we put
So
on
the
the spot.
presidents,
That's
so-
all we got.
Yeah. So are the presidents. So whatever. Yeah.
That's right.
I'm surprised Eric you didn't say Hot Fuzz.
It's there, but I don't know. It's I don't go to as much as I would like to. It's still definitely one of my favorite movies, though, for sure.
Okay.
So
What about like Dumb and Dumber? Like Dumb and Dumber is a
that too, like a
classic.
classic. I still don't, but I watch it every now and then. But
Me, myself, and Irene, I went back to a trillion
I haven't
times.
seen that one in a while.
That movie's fucking.
I remember
funny.
watching it when it first came out and just not understanding it, and I couldn't like it. Then watched it like after I graduated, and I was like well out of high school. I'm like, oh my god, this movie's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, why didn't I like it at first? But then I just kind of matured, I guess, with my humor. So that's why.
Right? Yeah. It's
I was expecting
it's
like
tough.
like an Ace Ventura kind of goofy comedy, and not like something like that,
Yeah.
right? So
What
then
was
I'm
it
like-
I watched? I watched Liar Liar recently. That was
Oh,
hard to
yeah.
watch. That was hard to watch.
Really?
Now, as an adult, it's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
okay, man, now that is so obnoxious. Like,
Yeah.
stop. What are you doing?
yeah, I haven't watched it. I haven't watched that in probably a good 10, 15 years. So that's a
Right.
good point. Yeah.
But as a kid or like, pubescent teenager, it's funny
Mm.
because it's super juvenile humor.
Yeah.
But
Huh.
yeah, I don't know. I'm more into the dark comedies, like where
I
there's
should rewatch
copious
The
amounts
Mask
of.
again.
Yeah, Mask is probably pretty good still.
Yeah, I haven't watched that in a while too. Should check that one out again. See how that one is now.
What about
Yeah.
Grown Ups 2? No.
Shh. Oy. Vee.
God.
Stop it.
Does Grown Ups count or not Grown Ups? I meant to say Ghostbusters. Does that count as comedy?
Yeah, classify that as a comedy. It's a comedy thriller.
I
kind of
think
movie.
so.
Yeah,
I think
so.
that's the appeal to. That's what their selling point was that it
Yeah.
was a comedy.
That might.
I mean, you
go
had
on.
SNL cast playing heroes. Of course, it's supposed to be a comedy, right? So I'd say yes.
Yeah, I'm just googling best comedy movies. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah, this
Oh.
movie. There's this movie, Tropic
Yeah.
Thunder. Remember that movie? That's funny.
Oh God, that's a funny one.
Yeah,
I was just like,
That's a good one.
think of a raunchy comedy, and that's definitely
yeah.
fits. The
Oh
bill.
yeah, it's so
I'm a
bad.
black dude. I'm a white dude. Just
What do you mean, you people? What do you mean, you people?
Yeah.
Julian asks, have you watched Dota Dragon's Blood on Netflix? What are your thoughts on movies and shows based off games? What are your favorite? What are your worst? Least favorite, I guess. Any shows that you're looking forward to? And he says he watched Dota's animated Dragon's Blood, and he says it was very good.
Mhm.
So
That's on my list to watch too because I have a hard time with the games. I want to like them, but just the learning curve is so hard that but I am interested in the lore and the story behind those games. So
yeah,
I definitely want to check it out and see how it is. And it looks great. The animation looks fantastic. So
yeah.
It's
I
got
did
good
ask
reviews,
him
doesn't
if you never played the game, can you watch it? And he says yeah, absolutely. So
mhm.
there you go.
There you go.
Yeah. So no, I mean yeah, and so it's up there for sure. It looks great. Yeah, and it definitely has one of those like deep lore kind of mythical aspects to it. So I'm sure I like it.
So what are your thoughts
Hmm.
on movies and shows based off games, and what is the best and what is the worst?
Well, for the most part, they're all pretty terrible. I don't think there has been
Yeah.
a really good adaptation.
But I think they're getting better.
The more newer ones are a lot better. Like first
Mhm.
off, first thing in the mind is Castlevania. Just how good that's been.
Okay,
Yes.
well, that's probably
Yeah.
the best.
But I mean, that's all-
actually,
Yeah, that like between this one, the new Dota one, and like trying to think of these newer animations that are coming out, they're all within the last like 5 years, and they've been really a lot more true to the source material, but better production stuff, like all
Mhm.
good all around, right? The older ones, like it's hard not to forget the old Mario Bros. Movie, how
Oh,
bad
right.
that disaster was, right? So
You know what
it's-
though? When I was a kid, my brothers and I, we loved that movie. We really enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, I remember watching that with Ryan too, and thinking it was okay back then. But I
Yeah.
mean, like how weird it is and everything else. I mean, like the old Street Fighter movie, same thing.
Yeah,
Like
Street
just,
Fighter
like-
movie was pretty good. I liked when I was a kid. I thought that was
Yeah, I
good.
mean, the lines in the movie are pretty good too. Like it's, but like
Yeah.
they were just like they were there, but they didn't really just the
Yeah.
old Mortal Kombat. I thought
Right.
I still think is great.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a great movie too, even though it's
Yeah, probably the best one would have to be, like you said, probably Castlevania is really good. But
Castlevania,
I never
so.
played the games when I was younger. Like I never really played them,
Mhm.
but the show is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
The worst would have to be all the Resident Evil movies after Extinction are the
Yeah.
worst I have ever seen in my entire life. I was gonna say Hitman, but even that one's still
even
better
that wasn't too bad. Yeah, that better than
It was-
Resident Evil for sure. Yeah,
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's.
I was gonna say Resident Evil 2, but I figured I'd let you say that because I'm sure you have more to say about that than I do. So
Oh yeah, it's like
Yeah.
as much as I despise them, I'm like, I gotta see the next one. I gotta see how bad this is. But it's like, and I end up finishing it because it's just interesting enough that I fucking get through it. But yeah, wow, I wonder how that Monster Hunter was. I heard that was atrocious.
Oh yeah,
I heard that was really bad.
yeah.
But
I don't get why
Yeah.
they couldn't just make it like with like that animation style into a full length feature film with those kind of characters instead of trying to make it realistic and
modernize it, right?
I'm like no, just like just have that that game animation and game format. Just make a movie with like these characters, right? Because that's the one thing I want to say with Activision and what they do with Overwatch. Like they have these beautiful
Oh my god,
5-minute videos, so well animated and so beautiful to watch with awesome characters. And yet they should be like, why not have this into a feature film? Like have this.
dude.
Like,
I
yeah.
agree completely because honestly, whenever you watch a Blizzard cinematic, it's like, okay, make this a feature film. Like even the Diablo 3 cinematics were way too short, too little of it. The game was kind of whatever. But like you said with Overwatch, I'm glad you said that because that was going to be the next thing. Like because you can go on YouTube and watch a compilation of all of them, and it's like an hour and 20 minutes, I think, total of all the character bios, and they all kind of tie together. And it's like, man, I want so much more. If they could just make a TV show out of this, even like 15-minute episodes or something, like. Oh, that'd be incredible!
I still to this day, I love the Hanzo and Genchi. I can whatever that is. The ninjas one. That 5-minute video, like that's so well made. It's so pretty to watch, and just it's great. And like, why don't you have more of this? Like,
right?
Yeah.
I liked the robot one when it wakes up in the forest. That's my favorite one.
Oh yes,
it's got the little bird.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the Bastion.
Bastion.
It is Bastion. Yeah, that's one I go back to all the time. The
Reinhardt one too, where he's like the honor one. Yeah, honor and glory. He's like,
yeah,
man,
so good.
Yeah.
See, do that stuff, you guys. Come on. But yeah.
Cool. Yeah, my favorite is...
Sorry, Scott.
Oh, Scott, are you still here? I'm sorry.
Favorite TV show, I guess, Castlevania. But if I had to pick a movie, I'm gonna say Detective Pikachu.
Yeah.
It's a game. It's on Nintendo DS. It's called Detective Pikachu.
It is, yeah.
You can play it. And the worst, I'm gonna say, is Assassin's Creed.
That's right. You and I watched that.
I can't remember anything about that movie at all. It's just like a blur of garbage and no idea. Michael Fassbender's in it.
Yeah.
Like I remember that you and I yawned a record amount of times watching it. And we looked at each other like, "What's happening?" I'm like, "I can't. I don't know. I don't know. It's been 2.5 hours. I don't know where we are or what's happening.
I don't care enough.
I don't give a shit, honestly."
Yep.
Yeah.
And any video game shows or movie you're looking forward to? I'm gonna say you got Last of Us coming out to HBO, and that Uncharted movie with Tom Holland.
Tom Holland
looks kind of good. So.
I'm really, really, really hoping that the Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City is going to be good. That's the one I'm really looking forward to. I really want to see that because a lot of the cast members, well, I mean, they're paid to say whatever, right? They're saying that it's just like the first game. It's all horror. There's no action. There's no cool moves or anything like that. It's very raw and like horror film style. I'm like, okay, well, hopefully that's true.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Aaron asks, have you ever gotten detention or suspended from school?
Oh my god.
I've gotten detention a couple times for fighting and stuff like that, but never suspended. But yeah.
I got suspended.
Yeah, I never got. I'll say because I never got suspended at all, and I was pretty good. The one incident we had, I think we told before in the podcast with the skateboard to the door. Before, and that was the worst thing I think I ever did. Besides, I think I called the principal's office one time for looking at porn on the computer, and then that's as far as I got. She gave me shit, and that was it. I'm like, okay, that's whatever.
Yeah, I went to detention for that too. I told that when I was in the library.
Yeah.
Wrestlers, not naked, not pornography. But I got detention for that. But I got suspended twice.
Yeah.
from school, I kind of had a flip out on actually one of my really good friends at the time. Actually, he was making fun of my acne. He was calling me pizza face, and I'm like, dude, like, why are you even talking like that? Because you've got backney along with acne. Like, who are you to talk? And he's like, I'm just fucking with you, man. It's all good. And then he's like, oh, look, you got some mozzarella forming on some of your pepperonis. I'm like, dude, you have to stop because I'm getting really upset and I'm going to beat the shit out of you. And he's bigger than I was. And so finally he's like, hey, I'll stop. So then the recess bell rang and went to our lockers, and his locker was right beside mine. He knelt down to grab his books and he's like, hey, what's our next class, pizza face? I put my knee on his back and I slammed his head in the locker about 4 or 5 times. And I'm like, dude, I warned you. I'm sorry I warned you, but I told you to stop and you made me do this. And the principal is just like, what is happening? Like, what are you guys doing? And he's like, principal, honestly, it was my fault. I instigated him. He did warn me. Like, I take full responsibility. He's like, okay, you're coming to the office, Tyler, you're suspended for 2 days. I'm like, what the fuck? You just admitted. He's like, yeah, well, it doesn't make it right to hit somebody with a locker.
Yeah.
I'm like, fair enough. And then the second time was when we played Truth or Dare in class. And the infamous the whole school knew about that. I forgot about that. That was a dark time.
Yeah. God. I can only
I don't know. I'm not gonna get
we'll lock that
that's
one
the
away.
story.
There's a lot of local people around here that I'm not gonna get into that.
We're gonna
I think
put
our
that
whole
one behind a paywall.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Premium access content there,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen.
Swipe up for OnlyFans content for that story. $5 for a premium membership. Yeah, I'm not telling that story. I can't.
Yeah.
I'm not at liberty to say. But yeah, we got suspended. A lot of us got suspended for that one.
What a bad egg this guy is.
Yeah. Nobody hurt anybody. Like,
No, but it's just yeah.
it's pretty greasy.
All right, let's move on. My mom asked the question. She says, what was your favorite holidays / trip?
Ooh.
Mine's pretty easy. Is when I went to Greece for travel club in high school, and I was in grade 12, and I had a bunch of my buddies went, and legal buying age for alcohol in Greece is 16 years old. So
nice.
we were on a cruise ship, and we were like island hopping around Greece, and we would like get off on the dock, and you have like all day. You do a little bit of tours, but eventually it's like, all right, do some shopping, buy some souvenirs. And it's like, all right, let's go find a liquor store. It's like, buy a 2.6 of Jack Daniels. Probably pay like way too much for it. No idea. And then just put it in the backpack, bring it on the cruise ship. They're supposed to search your bags because you're not supposed to bring that shit on there. But they never did. So, and once the teachers went to bed at night, we would there's a couple other schools who were touring with us. Like one school was from Winnipeg or something, so they would come to our like cabin, and we'd just do a bunch of shots, get drunk, and then go up to the little bar on the ship and the dance floor and stuff, and party all night.
Nice.
Honestly, that sounds like a blast.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Really fun, honestly.
And then you're hungover the next day, like walking around. And Greece,
You're like, what's wrong with you guys?
Here is this ancient ruins. We're like, nice, cool. Right. You got water?
Why is this so bright? Oh.
Did the kids all get seasick overnight? What happened? Weird.
Around weird. Yeah.
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 That's freaking funny.
Pretty
I
awesome,
don't know.
except for I bought a fake coin and for way too much money, and I was like, fuck.
Oh.
Yeah, that was the one bummer about it. But anyways, it was all pretty good.
Yeah. I don't know. For best trip, I want to say shoe swaps, but I have more regrets than. But it was a really, really fun trip.
Mm-hmm.
But I got typical stupid, and
Uncle
then
T-Bag showed up. Yeah.
Uncle T-Bag came out, and Tyler stayed in the van and waited for us to come back after 7 days. Probably the best trip, honestly. I'm gonna say probably when I went down to Nashville, honestly, even though I was like at the peak of my illness before I went to the hospital the whole time, so that was kind of crappy, but I mean that was really fun. Going to
Nice.
Nashville and going down Broadway and all the music and all the food. Everything's cooked with butter. It's so good. All the rooftop patio bars and everything, and it was like plus 32 average every day. I was not used to that. It was like almost too much for me because I was just like, well, I was also very sick at the time too, so I was just kind of like, too much. And it was like a 5-star hotel too.
Damn.
Oh, it was incredible. It was so good. Yeah, that one was fun. Living like a posh celebrity for a few days. It was very cool. Got to go see the Johnny Cash Museum, whatever. Then the Grand Ole Opry and a rhyme. And I'm not even big into music. Like I don't give a shit about any of this stuff. And it was like, man, this is wicked. And it's like, oh, you can see a glass case of Elvis Presley's white outfit. Here's his black outfit. Here's his guitar that he played when he debuted this one song. And then here's where these celebrities sat in these pews and this and that. And I'm just like, man, this is wicked. I'm like, why do I care? But yeah, no, that was a fun trip.
Nice.
Yeah, it was very fun.
What about you, Eric?
I'm on the fence. I was thinking probably I'd say going to Brazil the first time going there for the Praia Panams was pretty good. I mean, well, it wasn't really a vacation though. That's why I'm on the fence to say it because I was there for 2 weeks, but you're there to compete, right? So it's not really there to rest and relaxation. It's wake up, train, play, and train some more, right? So, but it was still cool to live in the whole the athletes village and experience all that, and then having like this everywhere you wanted to go, you had a police escort. So you go between venues, you just get cop escorts no matter what, and private tour on private buses, and show you badges with armed guards everywhere. It's like, oh, this is pretty pretty extreme here. Cool. So yeah, that was quite the experience. So I'd say that. And yeah, there was a couple days we had to go and see Rio de Janeiro and see the long beach. I forget what it's called. Copacabana Beach or whatever it is there. It's famous in Brazil. But of course we went there in the middle of August, which is their like winter. So it was cold, it was windy, there was no one at the beach. It's like, oh, that's a bummer. But I mean, it's whatever though. So still a neat experience though. So
well, you're going to a whole new country. Like
exactly, yeah. And
you guys
19 years old from middle of nowhere, Alberta. Like fucking hey, sweet, let's go to Brazil. Why the hell not? So yeah,
right.
That'd be pretty sweet.
That would be cool.
All right, one last. Well, this is actually a three-parter here from Tara. She asks, "What is the best camping places in our area?" Let's just start with that for now. I always like going like to Moose Lake. It was kind of nice there.
Yeah, that's usually our go-to.
Germain Lake.
Germain Lake's number one. That's a private resort.
Private resort there,
only.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I popular one for us has always been Seabird Lake because to get to it, it's very remote. So it's a 40-minute drive in just off of the highway, right? So to get to it's a bit of a pain, but it's like one of the nicer lakes around to camp at because they're so secluded in the wilderness. So that part is nice with that.
Yeah,
and it's a good fishing lake too. So if you want to fishing, it's pretty good there as well for that. So that's always been my favorite one to camp at. We never do anymore, unfortunately. So I wish we would get back to it, but yeah.
Yeah, we've been to quite a few. I really like Crane Lake a lot, but it's really hard to get there because I feel like everybody is retired and just basically spends the whole summer out there and just like occupies these lots for the whole summer. And it's like, hey man, like fuck off. Let us come enjoy this place.
Yeah.
But the lake itself, it's all pretty much like washed rock pebble instead of sand everywhere, and you can see right to the bottom of the lake. And that's like one of the only lakes that I know where you can actually do that. And you can see the fish swimming around, and it's beautiful, crystal clear. And it's all pine trees everywhere. That's all it is. It's just pine trees. And it's just the smell, the atmosphere, the water. It's fucking ice cold. So you don't really like swim in there. Well, I don't. I'm kind of a pansy when it comes to swimming in lakes. So it takes a long time for me to get in there. But I really like that lake quite a bit. But everybody's kind of cramped. And there's like a vending machine where you buy your wood in there. It's like $10 for 5 shitty little pieces in a burlap sack. It's like, oh, okay, come on. But it's still a really, really nice campsite. But the usual one that we like going to, our friends and I, we go to Franchier. That's fun. Anywhere on the Moose Lakes. Moose Lake.
Yeah.
For sure.
yeah.
I guess we'll stick with the camping here. Tara also asks, what are the best camping foods to make? I always liked when we would go camping with my uncle a lot of time, and he'd bring his tripod thing that goes over the fire pit, and
Cat's
he
ass.
would yeah, exactly, and
Yep.
he'd always bring like frozen like buffalo wings and throw them on
Ooh.
there, and we'd cook them up, and I was like, it was all awesome. Always having those camping.
I like the bacon and potatoes all wrapped in foil, and you throw that on the fire, and then, like you just load it up with butter, and it just like bakes in there. And yeah, I really like that too. Or you dice them up or something, fry those up, or kebabs are pretty good too.
Yeah,
But that's what our usual.
I'm a sucker for a classic s'mores campfire.
Oh, you can't have a camp out without s'mores.
Exactly. So,
S'mores.
I wonder if that's just a Canadian thing, or if that's everybody.
No,
Must be
everywhere.
I think that's everywhere, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. And now I cheat too. I get those crackers with like the chocolate ring on them. So it's just like
Yep.
with those and the marshmallow.
What's the name of those? I know the name of them.
I forget them. The Canadian.
That's a thing?
Yeah, they have like milk chocolate on a graham wafer already on it, and it's incredible. You just slap a marshmallow on there.
Those and marshmallow. There's just more. Yeah. So
next level stuff.
And you get ones like filled with caramel too as well, like little.
What?
Like holy shit!
Oh yeah.
More sugar.
You guys remember those like old like multicolored spiral marshmallows that would just like instantly catch on fire like no matter how even if you're far away? I remember like those being early 2000s. And it was like, yeah, I don't know if it was like something in the dye or what, but they were just like extra flammable, and I don't think you can really get them anymore.
I can't say I remember those. Sorry, bud.
Yeah, sorry, man. I don't.
All right. You don't have to apologize.
You know, I'm sorry that you're delusional and never existed.
I'm sorry you're going crazy, Scott.
Yeah. What is the best drinks to make?
Oh, the bee's knees. Remember when we made those, Scott?
Dude, yeah.
Come on.
We were watching
Bar Rescue.
Bar Rescue, John Taffer. Yeah, you gotta have Manhattan. You gotta have bee's knees. We're like writing them down. Like, oh, we gotta try making these. And then I bought a shaker and everything. And I had we tested out. I made 2 drinks for myself, and I went to bed after because it fucked me so bad. And it was all gin and like a dash of honey and literally like lemon juice, and that was it. That's all that's in there, and it tasted so good.
Yes.
And man, getting gin drunk is a whole nother level. Man. It's a whole nother level.
That was like the only I don't really get hungover like the next day. Like I'll just be like too super tired, but I never get like the sickness or headaches or anything like that. But like when we did drink a lot of bee's knees, I was like sore stomach, like felt like we're gonna throw up the next morning.
Oh yeah, it felt like somebody was hitting you in the head with a hammer, constantly. Dock. What was that one that you made? It had like the Malibu and the blue stuff. Oh, what the hell?
Blue Lagoons.
Blue Lagoons.
We did. It was blue curacao.
Yes.
I think vodka and lemonade was all it was. And I just made like a big pitcher of it, and I was like, "This is good." And then, like, dude, we got messed up really fast on that, but it was awesome.
Well, that's the worst thing. Yes, yeah, that's the worst thing is when it tastes that good and you like, oh, I'm just gonna keep drinking it because it's good. And it's like, no, you don't do that because that's how you get naked and throw up on yourself. Like it's not a good idea.
It just like tasted like lemonade. It was like, It's like, oh, no.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But the best one, for me, I really like bee's knees. But the best one I've ever had, the best drink I've ever had, not that I've made myself, but the one I had was amaretto sours when I was at the airport in Edmonton. At the what hotel was that? The Omni. I can't remember, but they actually use real egg whites and amaretto and something else, and it's like a meal in a drink, and it's so smooth and so tasty and just thick. It's extremely good. Whiskey sours are good too. It's the same kind of idea, but just with whiskey instead of amaretto. But probably that.
Another one that I like, but you can't really drink a whole lot of them, is a White Russian.
Oh yes.
It's like
Yeah.
You can only have like one or two of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of the other ones.
What are you, Eric?
I mean, my tastes are pretty basic. I'm a rum and coke kind of guy. Ryan Coke and anything but vodka. Vodka's like my one. The one thing I don't tend to drink is just I've had bad history with vodka. I just tend not to drink it. So yeah, stay away from that.
Same.
Rum, rye, whatever else. I'll drink that.
Yeah.
One I would like to make, and I love it very much, is the worst thing of all is combat juice. I don't know what it is. I just love that stuff. I know. Who made it last year we were camping? Was it Sheridan or Bailey? I forget. We had it when we were camping there last year.
I think Bailey did. I think
Bailey made that one, and oh man, that stuff was good.
Right.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, we had a bunch of like big like
Picture,
jugs of like cocktails. There's also those paralyzers last year.
Yeah,
too.
that's another too. Yeah.
That's when Colton and Amber brought that out, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, frick, I drank a shitload of that stuff,
Yeah,
man. My stomach was just rumbling. Do not drink that if you're lactose intolerant.
Yeah.
Actually, don't drink it at all because mixing alcohol and dairy products is not always a good idea. But they were so good. Yeah. Tasted delicious. Delicious.
Well, we are kind of out of time, but let's read a couple of these cards. Let's see.
Sure.
Pull a random one. Oh, okay, here's one.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Is there any sport or hobby whose appeal you struggle to understand?
Hockey.
Oh.
I don't understand the
Wow,
obsession
you call yourself a Canadian.
with figure skaters smacking each other with sticks. Stop.
Dude.
Don't tell anybody where I live. Because I'll get my ass kicked. I have never understood it. Whenever people start talking about hockey around me at work, I walk away because I don't care. I don't think I could ever care any less than I do about hockey. Who gives a fuck about hockey? Please. Stop. Let's see you leave the ground and slam a ball or something. I don't know.
Yeah, slam dunk, I guess that's cool.
Slam dunking is cool, man. Yeah. No, I don't know. No, I made it sound like it was really rough. But no, actually, it's about that. It's about that bad. I really don't care.
You're about to backpedal and you're like, nah, never mind.
I stick to my words.
I'm down on this hill.
I really don't care about it. Like, figure skating is more entertaining to watch because you're actually like doing stuff, like cool tricks and stuff. Because hockey is just like smacking sticks and shoving each other and pulling each other's jerseys off and molesting each other. Like, okay, losers, go fight like in a ring or something. I don't know. I'll stop there. You guys go ahead.
This says sport or hobby, and I'm gonna go with like, mudding. You know, like driving quads or like your trucks and stuff through like just deep puddles of mud, and it's like, well, probably gonna get stuck, and it like takes like half an hour to get your quad unstuck. Like, why? Yeah. I don't get it at all.
Yeah, I agree.
I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me. You know, we argue with one of our friends who likes doing that stuff all the time.
And he like shows videos like, look at this, I got stuck. It's like, yeah, okay.
I was up to the handlebars in this, and now I have to spend all this money to fix it. Oh, that's smart. That sounds like something really smart to do.
Yeah.
Like, that's a little backwards, but I mean, yeah, let's stress out about something else while we're on vacation because that makes sense. Whatever. I agree with you, Scott, on that one. I don't get it.
All right, Eric, what's your controversial one here?
Yeah, let's hear it.
No, it's controversial. I mean, I don't get that. It's just a basic one. It's like just running, like athletic running for just.
Okay.
Like, why? Like, I don't get the concept of it. Like, I don't see. Oh, I ran like 4 or 5K. It's like, okay, cool, but I mean, cool.
Yeah.
I guess. Like, I don't understand the whole. Yeah, like, the do high intensity and everything else too for marathons and everything else is like.
That's awesome.
Oh, you ran forward in a certain amount of time. Good for you, I guess. Yeah, I don't get it.
Are you, is this like a joke, or are you like being serious?
I'm being serious. I'm like, cool. Like, I don't. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like wondering, like, I'm gonna say something controversial. Is it because of jealousy? No.
No,
Just
maybe. Fuck off.
I'm just fucking with you. That's mean. That's distasteful.
I did have another one in my head. Like I talk about it every now and then too. I just can't think of it on the fly, of course. But there was something else I wanted to say, and I just can't think of it now. I think it was maybe like the hell was it? What would that term be called? Auto, like tuning, vehicle tuning and everything else with performance cars, stuff like that. Yeah, it's like
putting
yeah,
chips
like
and stuff in your vehicle. Yeah. Tuning is what it is. Yeah,
I guess it'd be the term for it. There's another one of that too as well. It's like if you're spending exorbitant amount of money on just making your car that much, that little extra bonus for horsepower and stuff like that. Yeah. It's like, well, why? Like it's for an extra 5% bonus, you can have the chance now of wrecking your engine of your vehicle. Why?
Exactly.
Yeah. Is it worth it? Yeah. So stuff like that boggles the mind too as well for me. So yeah.
Yeah, sure. See, that's crazy that I agree with almost everything that you guys said for the first time. That's good. I like that. Except for the hockey, you probably don't agree with me on that.
I don't disagree with you. I don't talk hockey. I can watch it and enjoy it, but the coworkers I work to all the time, they can sit and talk for hours, literally hours, about hockey, the games they watch, and the players on the team. Like, I don't fucking care about that. But
see, and that's the funny thing too, because I guess it kind of goes both ways. Because I talk about movies and then directors and actors and whatever, and they're just like looking at me like I don't know who any of these people are. But then they start talking about players in hockey. I'm like I don't know who any of these people are. So maybe that's why. I just don't understand
your interest, right? So it's all it is. But like I can still enjoy hockey and love watching it and playing it, but I couldn't give two fucking fucks about how the Oilers are doing. They're doing this year, really. It's like, okay, good for you. Like, oh, but I mean, adding this player to this team, would that make a difference? I don't fucking know. Nor do I really care. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. See, I'll watch Goon though. Goon's the best hockey thing I've seen. Because he fights people.
It's a movie form, so you like that?
It's movie form, exactly. Yeah.
What is the most annoying sound?
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. Jim Carrey.
Dumb and Dumber joke right there.
Throw that. The most annoying sound?
Yeah.
Is being able to hear people chewing the food that's in their mouth is probably the one thing that drives me absolutely.
Open mouth chewing, absolutely.
Yeah.
Or even like people who chew with their mouth closed, and you can hear like the air coming out of their nose, like that noise, Jeez. It just makes me want to uppercut that person. Like, you need to shut that off right now, like, and figure out what's wrong with you, because I can't do it. I cannot do it. It literally brings out like. I don't know. It's wild, man.
There's this guy who I worked with for like a brief moment in time, and we got McDonald's and he was eating his fries, and I don't know how he could have eaten these fries that loud, but it was just like it's like I was like, what is happening? Right now?
Like they're struggling to breathe while they're eating. Like what the?
And like lips are smacking. It's it's just a French fry, dude. You put it in your mouth and just close your mouth. It was awful.
Yeah. I didn't realize you could burn calories while you were eating. You're putting so much exercise to chewing on that fucking thing. It's man, it's brutal.
One noise that like really like gives me goosebumps and I cringe is like metal scraping metal. Like if you ever like scrape like a knife and a fork together, like that kind of noise, like it's like it just like makes my skin crawl when I hear that.
Yeah.
Styrofoam to me. Like styrofoam like was creaking. Yeah, it's like that's that's
ooh. Yeah. One thing is sandpaper on metal that
really?
God, it just sends shivers down my spine, man. That's not annoying. That's just something that just triggers like a nervous reaction out of me. But like people, it just actually produces so much rage, and I can't control it. I think it's just another trigger of some kind. I'm like, you need to move away from me.
At this point, this triggers pretty much a whole dashboard at this point, Tyler.
Oh, I know it is. But like another example is like when I'm at work, and it's lunchtime. And I'm working through lunch, like most days. And somebody comes up to me with their food. They want to hide from the front counter, so they come to my fucking to eat right beside me. And there's a staff room. You can go upstairs. You have all the room to make whatever fucking weird noise you got to make in private where I don't have to hear it. And they do it right beside me.
Mhm.
And I'll just be like, "Oh, are you going to be here for a while? I'm just going to go do something else until you're done. Just let me know when you're done." They're like, "Why?" I'm like, "Because I can't stand the sound that you're making while you're eating." They're like, "Really, dude? Oh, really? Get the fuck away from me and go do whatever weird orgasmic thing with your mouth somewhere else. I'm not going to be a part of that. Go away."
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Chewing. Think about how you're eating your food next time you eat people, please.
Yeah.
Were you raised in a barn chewing with
Yeah.
your mouth closed? Damn it.
Are you a bunch of barn animals? We had a teacher that used to ask us that.
Mhm.
Someone leave the barn door open.
Should we do one more, you think?
Sure.
Sure. Just going here real quick. If you had to name one thing others could possibly envy about you, what would it be?
My parking spots.
Oh my god.
That's
That's a good one.
That's
That's
so
a good
quick, man.
That was really quick.
Nice.
Yeah, that's awesome. Parking spots.
Fuck.
Fuck.
My Star Wars helmet collection. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, for me, before streaming was a thing, it was my DVD collection. I know I had the most DVDs out of everybody.
Yeah.
I had the biggest collection for sure. All of my movies. Definitely.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's something to be envious about or sad about.
I was pretty sad about it after when I found out that the value of them decreased by 1,050%.
Yeah, you can sell the whole thing for what you have for $100, if that. Yeah.
Yeah, and the fact that I bought them all brand new when they came out.
Yeah.
Every Friday there was new releases. I'd go to the store and I'd buy about 3 or 4 of them at what, 20, 30 bucks a pop.
Yeah.
And then by the time I sold them off, they were like 50 cents, $1 each.
Yeah.
Like, how sad is that?
A dying format does that.
And I had walls of DVDs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so many DVDs.
Should have kept until they become collectibles.
Yeah.
I guess to answer this kind of seriously, I'd say maybe like my Photoshop skills. Even though I'm not like super amazing at it, but I am like pretty proficient at it. So
Okay.
I can make a thumbnail.
Oh,
Yeah,
and the fact that you can make them so quickly and so well, like that turnaround is like you're like the Stephen King of authors, man. Like you can just churn like 3 or 4 books out a year, and they're all good, for the most part. Like while your thumbnails are obviously awesome every time, they get better actually every time you make one, I think. And it just blows my mind how you can just like come up with something so quickly like that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome. So now I'm going to brag about myself as my story writing, perhaps, or my movie ideas, maybe. No. Yeah, that.
Okay.
Mm.
Yep.
Yeah. For sure.
Story ideas.
What about you, Eric? Oh, you said parking spots, but do
I
you
got my
have a
parking
more
spots.
serious one, or
Not that I could think of. I mean, why would you want to be anything from me? I don't know.
Oh, come on now.
I don't know. Nothing really else I'm really good at. My wicked sports skills are sports you can't play, so yay.
Jesus.
I mean, yeah, I don't know.
people are envious about your positive attitude? No,
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Your quick wit.
Oh God.
That is true. You did come up with that parking spot joke like almost instantaneously.
I try.
And when
Sometimes
you're
I
on your
think
game, you can come up with some pretty quick ones.
funny.
And in front of complete strangers too, to make them feel really awkward. Like that's an art form.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Honestly.
Fair enough.
So yeah,
All right, let's go with that.
That's pretty good.
My wit.
there you go.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's going to do it for today's episode. Thank you so much for listening. If you liked it, leave a like here on YouTube and subscribe. And hey, why not share this video or link, whatever you want to do, with a friend. We're trying to grow this as much as possible. Be really nice, really help us out. And yeah, we'll be back here tomorrow with a regular podcast. Until then, we'll see you later.
See you guys.
See ya.